FIG as a product globally is something that Nomura is very strong in.
We've been doing this conference for 6 or 7 years now, and it is very special to us because it plays to one of our key strengths, which is connecting markets east and west.
The key word here is the diversification. So we're connecting a lot of different markets. We're bringing European borrowers over here to meet Asian investors in a multiple of different currencies.
Asia has always been a happy hunting ground for capital for European issuers. And we've seen European issuers spend more and more time here.
It's increasingly important for issuers to make sure that they have a lot of different pools of capital around the world. And of course, Asia, given the growth here, given the high savings rates, means that it's a logical part of any big issuer's toolkit from the point of view of capital raising. And really Nomura is looking to play a major role and does play a major role in helping those clients.
I think it's very important for investors to keep an awareness of what's really going on, the important dates of elections, of the evolving dynamics between countries and the conversations going. And it's also more and more important to understand their own risk appetite and how to fit into their investment regime. So I think diversification is very important.
In terms of the bank regulatory trends, a lot more is happening in Europe at this point in time as opposed to Asia. I would say that Asia is still in a very nascent stage in terms of its implementation of things like bail-in, in terms of things like TLAC. So pretty much only countries like Japan, which already the three mega banks have been issuing TLAC bonds, and to slightly lesser extent Hong Kong and Singapore, which are in the process of drafting bail-in resolution regimes.
When we look at certainly the European banks who are with us today, they're looking at many different funding streams. Obviously, they've got a lot of liquidity available in the home markets in Europe and also more recently in the dollar market. But there's also a lot of other streams that they need in order to fit their funding programs for the year. In order to take a bit of pressure off their home markets, they have to look at diversification.
In addition to the fact that these are regulations that banks need to comply with, banks would be building their loss absorbency, improving the safety for all investors in the capital structure above those instruments. So, in a nutshell, it makes banks safe.
The great thing about the conference is that it brings together many issuers from different jurisdictions as well as investors all together in the same location.
As a firm, we want to promote that dialogue and conversation going more and more in the future. That's why we're hosting this FIG conference to bring the issuers in front of Asian investors where they can have a more open, honest, and effective dialogue.